What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Imperial Beach Dad with Imperial Beach Hottie. Ooh, I don't get as many kisses because the recovery beard is not loved and adored by all.
Bye-bye, recovery beard.
All right, so here's the thing. I know I was asking for tons of prayer for today because today was the day that we finally got to meet with the neurologist to go over the MRI results. And so I have some news and I want to share it. First of all, I just want to say again, thank you for all the support that we're getting and all the love, man. It's kind of nice to go around town and be known as the Miracle Man instead of the whale guy. So that's kind of nice if you remember the whale. Yeah. Everybody remembers the whale. Okay, here's the thing. So to catch everybody up, I had a seizure. This is 2 months ago now. And then they found a brain tumor. It explained all the panic attacks and all the anxiety that I've been having because it was on the fight or flight reflex of my brain. And so 2 days later, they removed it and all of my symptoms have gone away. I now have to recover from brain surgery, and that has been way harder than anticipated. Like the doc said, if you're watching my staple removal videos, that it would just take more out of you than you can imagine, and it absolutely has. If you see me and I'm good, it's because I'm good for about a half a day, and then for about a half a day I have to retreat into my, into solitude, like a turtle in his shell. And if I do anything that's real social, then that is not even a half day. I'm not good for very long at all, and that's real hard on the family. As you know, we have 6 kids, 6 and under, and one of them's a brand newbie, and 2 of them are special needs, and so we have our plate pretty full, and that puts Christy in a situation where she's got to care for now a big bearded one. So yeah, but she does get to stroke the beard.
Oh.
Kind of worth it. Okay. Here's the thing. So also another thing that's been going good physically, I am recovering really well. I've started surfing again, and so if you've been watching my Instagram, you're seeing photos of me just smiling ear to ear. And I am just going out and getting those endorphins from exercise and doing one of my favorite things is so fun. And I go with just some of the most life-giving people. You guys, my friends are so good. It's like they make me wonder if I'm some version of the Truman Show. Like, is this real life, or are these actors that are like in some game that are just hired to be the most amazing friends ever? So, Magneto and Ivy Josie, you guys are just the freaking best. They really are. They go out and they watch my back. My friend Angela, she watches my back. She's a nurse, and she's like on call, ready to keep me alive while the guys run for the lifeguards if I were to have a seizure or something. So if you're worried about me surfing, don't. We're being really safe about it, but man, is it so good for my soul. And so, it's just one of those self-care things that got me through depression and through a brain tumor and all these things. And I'm so happy to be back and into that. But today, we go to the doctor's office. We see Dr. Altino. He's my neurosurgeon, and he says, hey, surgery went great. We're looking at this part of your brain where we did the surgery, and what was a gumball-sized sphere is now just fluid, like it's gone, and you look like you're healing good. All that's good. There is still a concern. As we looked at the next lobe, the lobe that's just above the right temporal lobe where my brain tumor was, it looks like the sphere had bumped into that next lobe, and so that's not where they operated, but I do have a remaining portion of the tumor left. It's a very small amount. It's about like 2 dimes stacked on top of each other, but more the shape of a contact lens.
Peace out.
Sorry.
Calling.
Yep, we got kids screaming in the background there. Not screaming. They're whatever. Hollering for mama. So let me go back on. So we have a road to walk now. It's not necessarily inoperable or operable. At this point, it's small, and it's in a part of your brain that you don't want to operate on if you have other options, because it's the part of your brain that controls some motor functions and some thought processes. And if something goes wrong during an operation there, you end up with Parkinson's disease or some major debilitating things. And I don't want those things. And so we have to go see a bunch of specialists now. We're going to go see a radiologist, a chemotherapist. We're going to go see a number of different people to find out, hey, what's the best course of treatment? What would you recommend looking at it? So, and then it may be that I go back and we go back in there and we operate on a new lobe, but not until we've exhausted the other options and found out what's the best thing to do. It's not that it's inoperable, it's just that there's a higher risk. And so they want to answer some other questions because they may be able to zap it out with some radiation and all of that. But what it does mean for us is I'm not done with this. I got to keep walking this out. And so, we're grateful. We had some family in town this week, and they were watching the kids so we could go to the office appointment alone. And we got a little date time and some adult time. which was really good for us to process it. There were some tears and some, talking through our fears. And thankfully, we really believe we have a great God who's got our back. And, he called us to this amazing life. And I know he's not done with me. He's used this story to help others, and he continues to do so, even in my partial state. I'm not fully there emotionally, socially. My brain gets so tired, and I just have to withdraw. And if I overdo it, I have to withdraw for days, and that's real hard on the family. So we decided today what we need is a nanny or a manny or a granny. We need some help at home. Christy needs some support because she's having to do a lot, and I'm good when I'm good, and when I'm not, she has to take over the whole everything. And so we needed it. And it was like, dang, okay, well, obviously on disability, I'm on 60% pay, and, budget's tight. And thankfully, people are really helping out with groceries and things like that. But there's no budget for mannies or nannies or that, but grannies fit into the budget. And so we called my mom, and she just was instantly on board. And so she's going to come out and live with us for a few weeks and really help just be an extra adult that can, be there for us, tap in, tap out, and that can really help with some of the chores and some of the life details that we need. And it means we can finally go to the store and do stuff that's just really hard when you have to pack a car full of 6 kids, 6 and under, including one person who can't drive and, is maybe there or maybe not there emotionally, depending on when in the day and what's gone on the days before. And so that's where we're at. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being patient. I just needed to tell some people in person today, and we needed to kind of process it a little bit before I could update everybody. So I know those of you following the prayer page for Pastor Matt on Facebook, that's where you can find out all the details of what's going on. And I know I haven't looked at Facebook today, but I know everybody was praying for me, and I thank you for that. And I know God's got this. He always has, and he continues to, but it does mean that I'm going to be on disability a little longer than expected. My short-term disability ends in December, and we're going to be transitioning probably to long-term disability at this point, because I can't do the kind of work I do. It's emotional processing, and it's mental work, and that's the part of my brain that isn't fully healed. And so we'll see what that looks like, but I know the future is bright, the future is good, God's got us, and we're in a good place. So you guys, I know it's crazy, but I'm stoked. I always am in the face of whatever. Had time to process it. I'm stoked. I hope that you figure out what gets you stoked, and please stay stoked. You guys rule.